Good morning. Today is the day for the big reveal of our book, but first I wanted you to see my shirt. It's my teacher shirt because I'm really missing you and I'm really missing going into school, and I really hope that we can be together soon. So here it is. Da 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 da, our winner, Weird School Bunny Double, we're in trouble. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna read 3 chapters every day for today, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I know we don't have school on Thursday, but you can watch it any day or not watch it. That's up to you. And then I thought next week, on next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'll read Junie B for those voters that voted for Junie B. I don't want them to feel left out. So here we go for today. Bunny Double, we're in trouble. Chapter 1, How to Look Like a Dork. My name is AJ, and I hate wearing a tie. Ties are horrible. Who came up with the idea that boys should wear a skinny piece of cloth around their neck on holidays? That was the dumbest idea in the history of the world. Wake up, AJ, my mom shouted from downstairs. Get dressed. Don't forget to put on your new shirt and tie. What? I opened my eyes. It was Sunday. There was no school. We were on spring vacation. Why did I need to get dressed up? Do I have to? I yelled. It's Easter, AJ, my dad shouted. Show your respect. Respect? Why is it respectful to wear a string around your neck? That makes no sense at all. When I grow up, I'm going to be a professional skateboarder. Skateboarders don't wear ties. They wear sneakers and ripped jeans. I got up and put on my new shirt. Then I put on my dumb tie. Well, I tried to put on my dumb tie. My dad once showed me how to tie a tie, but I didn't remember very well. I put the fat end over the skinny end and looped it around. No, that wasn't right. Then I tried putting the skinny end over the fat end and looped it around. That wasn't right either. How do you tie a tie anyway? Ties are impossible to tie. Hurry up, AJ, my mom yelled from downstairs. We have to go. I tried to tie the tie every which way. Nothing worked. It looked like a bird's nest hanging around my neck. This was going to be the worst day of my life. That's when Dad came into my room to see what was taking me so long. He was wearing his nice suit. This tie is broken, I told him. It doesn't work right. Here, buddy, Dad said. Let me help you with that. My dad stood behind me and tied the tie in like 2 seconds. He pulled the knot all the way up to the top. Blah! You're choking me, I gagged. The tie is cutting off the air supply. Do my brain need oxygen? Feel woozy? Everything's spinning. I think I'm gonna pass out. Must go back to bed. Oh, stop being so dramatic, Dad said. Let's go downstairs. When we got to the top of the stairs, my mom looked up at me. A big smile spread across her face. You look very handsome and grown up, AJ. I look like a dork, I said. Chapter 2, The Why Game. My older sister Amy was already downstairs. She was all dolled up in her pink dress, white shoes, and frilly Easter bonnet. My mom was dressed up fancy too. It looked like we were all going to a funeral. Okay, let's go, my dad said. Do I have to go? I asked. Yes, you have to go, said my mom. Why? I asked. Because it's Easter, and this is what we do on Easter, said my dad. Why? I asked again. If you don't want to do something, try playing the why game. It's fun. Here's how you play. No matter what your mom or dad says, just keep asking why. It drives grown-ups crazy. Sometimes the why game can go on for hours. We have to go because it's a family tradition, my mom said. Why? I asked. It just is, said my dad. Why? Because I said so, my dad barked. That's not fair, I whined. The why game always ends with the grown-up barking. Because I said so, and then you have to whine. That's not fair. Nobody knows why. I'll take care of this, Amy announced. She pulled me aside. It's Easter, dumbhead, Amy whispered in my ear. Don't you know what that means? It means I have to wear a tie? No, Amy whispered. It means you get to eat lots of candy. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Now she was talking my language. They're going to have tons of chocolate, Amy whispered, and marshmallows, and Peeps. Peeps? Did she say Peeps? My name is AJ and I love Peeps. In case you live in a cave where they don't sell Peeps, they are these delicious marshmallow candies shaped like chicks and bunnies. They're coated with sugar, which is my favorite food. You can put sugar on just about anything to make it taste good. I bet if you covered a clump of dirt with sugar, it would probably taste good. Not that I'm gonna eat dirt or anything, but I bet my friend Ryan would eat a sugar-coated dirt clump. He'll eat anything, even stuff that isn't food. Marshmallows are already made of sugar, so they taste great. But then they put even more sugar on them to turn them into Peeps, and that makes them taste even better than a plain marshmallow. I bet that if you took a Peep and sprinkled even more sugar on it, it would taste even better than a plain Peep. I should try that sometime. The point is that Peeps are the greatest invention in the history of the world. Well, I guess the light bulb was pretty good too, but it would be weird to eat light bulbs. The person who invented Peeps should get the Nobel Prize. That's a prize they give out to people who don't have any bells. And the best part is that on Easter, you can eat all the Peeps you want. No questions asked. I have learned a lot about life in my 8 years. Sometimes you have to take the bad with the good. If you want to get really great at skateboarding, you have to spend hours and hours practicing. If you want to get great grades in school, you have to spend hours and hours studying. And if you want to eat Peeps, you have to wear a dumb string around your neck for hours and hours. Let's go, I said, charging out the door. This was going to be the best day of my life. Chapter 3, Me and My Peeps. After we drove 1,100,000 miles, my dad pulled the car into the driveway of a gigantic mansion. It looked like the White House. Wow, I said, which is Mom upside down. Who lives in this place, the President of the United States? No, this is Mayor Hubble's house, my mom told me. Mayor Hubble? He used to be the mayor of our town, but then he got in trouble by stealing money. I heard he was in jail. The mayor cares so deeply about our town, Mom told me, that he wanted to have an Easter celebration at his house, even though he can't be there himself. We walked inside. The place looked like a museum. There were paintings of Mayor Hubble hanging on the walls and lots of servants, too. Well, the servants weren't hanging on the walls. That would be weird. There were so many servants that I think some of the servants had servants. And they were all wearing tuxedos. Hey, how come guys in tuxedos look like penguins? What's up with that? The place was really fancy. I was afraid to touch anything or sit in a chair because a SWAT team might come running in and arrest me. Some musicians wearing tuxedos were playing that song, A Tisket, a Tasket, which makes no sense at all. What's a tasket? I bet they just made up that word because they couldn't think of anything else that rhymed with basket. Welcome to Hubble Manor, one of those servant guys said to us. If I can do anything to make your visit here more enjoyable, please do not hesitate to ask. Where are the Peeps? I asked. That's rude, AJ, my mom told me. You don't ask where the Peeps are. They'll give out Peeps when they're good and ready to give out Peeps. Mom was really mad. We walked around for a few minutes until some other servant guy came over. He was carrying a plate of food. Hors d'oeuvres? He asked. I didn't know what hors d'oeuvres were, but they looked yucky. Man, you could get lost in this place, my dad said as he picked up one of those dervy things. Hubble Manor has 34 bedrooms, said the derv guy. A library, a helicopter pad, 23 bathrooms. 23 bathrooms? Was he joking? My house only had 2 bathrooms. Mayor Hubble must have to go to the bathroom all the time. He should see a doctor about that instead of putting bathrooms all over his house. And 4 half bathrooms, said the derv guy. Half bathrooms? I asked. Why would anyone want half of a bathroom? What could you do with half a toilet? A half bathroom is a powder room, sir, the guy told me. Powder room? Mayor Hubble needs a whole room to hold powder, I asked. Why can't he just keep powder in a little box like normal people? Most amusing, said the hors d'oeuvre guy as he walked away. If you folks need anything, I'm at your disposal. Disposal? What was he talking about? I didn't bring a garbage can with me. That guy is so weird. We walked down a gigantic hallway that was filled with statues of Mayor Hubble. The hallway led to the backyard, where a lot of people were hanging around. The whole gang was there. I spotted my friends Michael, Ryan, Alexia, and Neil. Everybody was all dressed up, even Alexia. She's a tomboy and she never wears a dress. And that's when I saw the most horrible thing in the history of the world. Andrea Young. She's this annoying girl in my class with curly brown hair. Andrea was giggling with her crybaby friend Emily. They came running over. "Hi, Arlo," Andrea said. She calls me by my real name because she knows I don't like it. "What do you think of my new dress?" Andrea spun around to show off her dumb dress. Ugh, disgusting. I was about to say something mean, but my mother gave me a look that said, "It's lovely, Andrea." "I do just love getting dressed up in fancy clothes," Andrea gushed. "Did you see my corsage?" "Oh, I love it," said Andrea. Said Emily, who always agrees with everything Andrea says. "Did you see mine?" "Oh, I love it," said Andrea. Andrea and Emily were saying the L word way too much. I thought I was going to throw up. My parents went to some fancy room to drink coffee and talk about the weather with the other grown-ups. That's what they do when there are no kids around. Nobody knows why. Me and the guys and Alexia went out on the back lawn. It was huge. "Man, you could play football out here," I said. "I wish we could play football here," said Michael, "instead of doing this stuff." One of those servant guys must have heard us because he came over. "Actually," he said, "this lawn used to be a football field years ago. If you look carefully, you can still see the lines on the grass." He was right. It would be cool to play football on Mayor Hubbell's lawn, but that would have been impossible because it was filled with kids flying kites, playing with hula hoops, and getting their faces painted. There were jugglers, clowns, guys playing banjos, storytellers, and all kinds of activities. "Mayor Hubbell sure knows how to throw a party," said Ryan. "Did you guys see any peeps?" asked Alexia. "Yeah," I said. "Where are the peeps? Peeps are awesome." "I could eat a heap of peeps," said Michael, who never ties his shoes. "I could eat peeps in my sleep," said Neil, who we call the nude kid even though he wears clothes. "Only creeps don't like peeps," said Alexia. "I weep if I don't get peeps," said Ryan. "I wish I was knee-deep in—" I didn't get the chance to finish my sentence because at that moment, the most amazing thing in the history of the world happened. We heard a noise up in the sky. Well, that wasn't the amazing part. We hear noises up in the sky all the time. The amazing part was that the noise was a helicopter, and it was coming down on the lawn. Everybody pointed up in the air. The helicopter landed on a big circle at the far end of the grass. The propeller stopped spinning, and the door opened. "I think it's the president," some kid yelled. "No, it's the Pope," yelled another kid. "No, it's Chuck Norris," a third kid yelled. They were all wrong. The guy who came out of the helicopter was Mayor Hubbell. Stay tuned.